you have a player like Thomas Partey and he goes out injured when you're close to the January transfer window, it should have been a boost because you're going to the January transfer window and you're going to sign players like Liverpool are going to. They have a defensive crisis and they're going to sign players. But Arsenal is quite different. We are going to wait for Thomas Partey until he recovers. That's the way we do our things. I mean, that's the way we run our business. And most of the things that are going to happen at this club in January are not going to be so shocking. I know many Arsenal fans think, we are going to get in Szoboszlai, we are going to get in a creative player, a midfielder, a box-to-box. Why do you think like that? I think we know the way Arsenal functions and we know the way things run down at the club. So Thomas Partey's injury is a big blow. That leaves us with only 3 options who are not good enough in the midfield. Granit Xhaka, man like Dani Ceballos, and finally Mohamed Elneny. If you ask me what Granit Xhaka does on that pitch, I can't explain. Same as Dani Ceballos. I've seen people defend Dani Ceballos that he passes that ball round and so on, passing sideways. I mean, everybody can do that. Everybody, Jose Willow can pass sideways on that pitch. Emile Smith Rowe can pass sideways on the pitch. We have enough players that can pass sideways on the pitch. But for Thomas Partey to be out, it's really hurting. I don't know how we are going to overcome this. I'm really sure it's not going for a defensive midfielder again after spending 50 million on Thomas Partey. I'm very confused about that. So there we go. So if we are talking about January transfer window, again, we have to talk about the Thomas Partey alternatives. We say I talked about this in the summer, and I said yes, it's good we are bringing in Thomas Partey on deadline day, but what if he got injured? Nobody was thinking about that. We were celebrating about Thomas Partey and so on, and we are blinded. What if he got injured? Then we are going back to the same situation: Ceballos, Elneny, and and Xhaka, and that's where we are right now. Wait and see in the Burnley game. Wait and see against Southampton and Chelsea. We're going to have the same kind of players. So Thomas Partey is out, but still, Aubameyang. We have now a fight with Aubameyang's agent. Look. Aubameyang's agent says the problem is with us. The problem is with the way we are playing. The problem is with the managership at at the club. We cannot create chances, and we expect his player to score. He said, "No, don't blame my player. We are not to blame." So, and at times I feel pity for him. I'm like, if I was Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and I'm used to this releasing balls for me to run and so on, the club is not doing that. I'm in a fix. I'm in a mix. I'm not going to really give you what you want as Arsenal players, and I do understand the fans are really mad. But his agent has a point. We need to start creating chances. We need to start creating chances for Aubameyang. Maybe he's frustrated. Maybe his body language is low. I remember in my last player ratings, I think I gave him a 2 or 1 out of 10. Most of the player ratings Gunners did, it was 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10. Yeah, I understand. We might blame Aubameyang, the chances, some of the chances he got and so on. But again, it's not down to Aubameyang. It's down to the club and the way we are playing and how we are creating chances for him. If we are creating 3 chances for him per game, man would be scoring goals. I mean, he's a prolific goal scorer, and everybody knows that. But I want to get your views on Massimiliano Allegri. I want to get your views on Massimiliano Allegri, and I'll start with Ayman Fedo, who says Allegri, the Juventus manager, hero. He was a hero at Juventus. I just imagine if Arsenal could bring in Allegri before, after Arsene Wenger. If we brought in Massimiliano Allegri after Arsene Wenger, because it was an option, and I wanted him then. I wanted him because I thought he was one of the better options. I never wanted Carlo Ancelotti then. But now I can do anyone apart from Mikel Arteta. But I wanted Allegri. He has experience. He's better. He's too big, and bigger than Mikel Arteta. I would take him. The success he had at Juventus only shows you that if you are a serious club, and if Arsenal was a serious club, we will be going for Allegri there. Thank you so much, Amen. Musa says he's there for grab, but do Arsenal have money for him? That's the biggest question. Look, we can't have money to pay him like we were paying Arsene Wenger a lot of money. Increasing his salary, every year. We could have the money to to pay him. But the question is, as a manager who's coming back, he's not looking at money, like getting money into his pockets. That's not what he's looking at. He's looking at, coming back. He was a hero at Juventus. He wants to write his name back again. And at Arsenal, it's really hard for you to write your name back again. One, you don't have the funds, you don't have the backing, the players are bad, you don't have the quality in the players. In the environment is just not fit. Club is not the Champions League. They have not qualified for the past 4 or 5 years. They are not sure whether they will go back to the Europa League next year. Allegri, I even don't know whether Allegri could accept coming to Arsenal. I mean, that is how bad he is. That is how bad it is. I don't know whether he could accept going to Arsenal. Maybe if there are not other options, but I know at some point in time Juventus would want to bring him in. Barcelona are looking for managers. I mean, Ronald Koeman is just not working there at Barcelona. If they are thinking about in any recruitments, they think about the manager. They think about the manager. If Zidane does not win the next 2 league challenges in the UEFA Champions League, and versus Atletico Madrid, he's getting sacked, and Allegri could be at Real Madrid. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. And I don't think Allegri is going to turn down Real Madrid. Yes, I know they are in a big fuss, but this is an opportunity for him. He knows that if he goes to Real Madrid, they're going to give him some money. They're going to give him the players he needs. Probably, they will sign him a one Mbappe or something like that. They have the potential to give him any player he wants, Erling Haaland or something like that. Which we don't have at Arsenal. You come at Arsenal, you ask for a striker. We are going to say, let us give you Pat Sandaka. Let us give you, whoever is going to be. We cannot give you a player like Erling Haaland. If you ask for midfielders, we're like, let us wait for the for Isco and see what's going to happen. We're not going to give you Ausemawa, and that's the difference. If Real Madrid want Allegri, they're gonna take him. But who needed more? Who's the club that you would think and like, we need him more? It's Arsenal. We need we need him more. I can't believe he come to Arsenal. Look, football is football. Football is football. You might say, you can't believe he can come to Arsenal. I mean, anything can happen. Arsenal is not the worst club in the world. I mean, we are not even, the worst club in England. So Massimiliano Allegri knows, he's coming to a side that has ever been champions. The problem we have at Arsenal is now that the process, the board, and everything that's happening is treating us like a mid-table team. If only we woke up and we're like, we are giving Massimiliano, Allegri a deal. Look, and we're like, Allegri, come to Arsenal. We are going to give you 200 million across 2 years or 3 years for you to spend on a squad you want. We're going to give you the amount of money in salaries that you want. Why can't he join Arsenal? He can. But the problem at Arsenal is, do we really need Allegri? Can we, just wake up and we are out of our comfort zone? I mean, let me tell you something. We are 15th. We dropped into 15th, and we were lucky that Brighton didn't beat Southampton. We should have been 16th, but I think that is only days to come. Last weekend we were 14th. This weekend we dropped into 15th. When we play Burnley, Southampton, and Everton consecutively, we are gonna drop to 16th. There are no questions about that. And I'm telling you this: if you told Allegri that guy, we are in a fuss, we are in a mess, but we don't want to be here, take us where we want to be, he's going to come and he's going to give you his conditions. But the problem, we want things that are cheap. The problem is that Arsenal thinks about, how do we get the cheaper, the cheaper option? Who's the cheaper option? Mikel Arteta. We can lie to the fans that he has been under Pep Guardiola and he's going to be and it's going to be a success. Shut up. John Stones could come in January if Manchester City don't pay him to the end of the season. Look, this story is is making rounds and it's making me annoyed. It's really making me angry. Amen. I don't know why Arsenal could even be thinking about John Stones. And look, if we lost Mustafi, Kolasinac, because they're Deadwood and Socrates, I'm not going to be surprised if Arsenal go for John Stones. I won't be surprised, because we were looking at Johnny Evans. What's the difference? We're looking at Johnny Evans, and if City are dumping Stones, I'm not going to be surprised if Arsenal go for Stones. I mean, his contract and everything around him. He's cheap. It's an easy option to buy. They'll go for him. I'm not really surprised, and I cannot say John Stones cannot come to us. No, he can. I mean, if Danny Welbeck signed for us, no, why not? Why not John Stones? We signed Welbeck. We signed players like Park Chu-young. I still remember. So probably John Stones is not the worst option among all the players that we have signed. So I won't be surprised if he joined Arsenal. I mean, same old Arsenal. Pogba could come to Arsenal. Like, I love Pogba, and he has something that we don't have. But the issue is we just can't maintain Pogba. Pogba is too expensive for Arsenal. Look, we are paying a lot of money to Willian, a lot of money to Aubameyang, and a lot of money to Ozil, but Pogba is a way expensive player. He's good. I think he needs a club where he can, be reborn. He needs to come to a club like where he can be the hero, the saint. Nothing moves without Pogba. He wants that kind of atmosphere. He's not getting that United. At United, it's either Bruno, or if not Bruno, it's Rashford or something like that. He's no longer the big man there. You get me. If he comes to Arsenal, he's going to be the big man. And if you're Pogba and Partey, oh my God, what a midfield that's going to be. Guys, tell me in the comment box what do you think about Pogba and Partey in the same midfield at Arsenal. But look, it's already confirmed. I mean, Mino Raiola has already confirmed that Pogba is going to be leaving Manchester United, and his agent. I mean, if you have an agent like Mino Raiola, you're also doomed. But I have no problems with Pogba. He's a good player. He's a technically gifted player, talented. He can play at Arsenal. I mean, you sign him, he walks straight into that Arsenal side, straight away. No competition from Xhaka, no competition from Sebastian, no competition from nobody. He walks straight into our Arsenal side. But the question is, do we even have the money to buy, Pogba in the first place? I don't know how much they would want. Probably 70 million. He's still a classic player. I don't know how long his contract has at Manchester United, but I'm very sure in the past 2 years he has not signed a contract extension. So probably he could be a little bit cheaper, around 60, 70 million. Again, that is too expensive for us, no? And he has already chosen to play for Real Madrid. Look, when a player says, I want to go to Real Madrid or Barcelona, that's where they want to go. I don't see him, downgrading to, from Manchester United to Arsenal, because right now it's a downgrade. It's a downgrade, from Manchester United to Arsenal. It's a downgrade. Although you might think about it as not so big, especially if Manchester United don't win against RB Leipzig, but it would be a downgrade. I don't see Pogba joining Arsenal, and I just don't think about it. But the truth is, he's a wonderful player. I want him to sign for Arsenal. No two ways about it. No two thoughts about it. Guy comes in joining Arsenal. I'm one of the happiest Arsenal fans because I know I know what he can do to Arsenal. I know what he can change. Look at Partey. The quality of Partey has already changed the club. If you have another quality midfielder in Pogba, it's something different. It is something so different. And trust me, if you have a manager like Allegri and you give him Pogba and Partey, that's a big start. That's a good start. It's a stepping stone. Thanks for the podcast. Thank you so much. What's that? Mose. Thank you so much. For the appreciation. Smash the like button, guys. If you're watching live and you're enjoying the content, smash the like button. It really means a lot to me. If you want to find this channel next time, subscribe and hit the notification button. Emma says, I don't know the most new transfers are getting injured. Hazard, Thiago Alcantara, Thomas Partey. Look, I can't explain that. But there's some good transfers that are not getting injured. I mean, look at Didier Doucouré at Everton. Look at Diogo Jota at Liverpool. Look at Bruno Fernandes. Look at Donny van der Beek. Look at Agent Cavani is injured. Cavani got an injury. I hope he recovers soon for Manchester United. So I'm not really I can't really explain why these guys are really getting injured. I saw under all the pressure, but maybe Allegri won't come to us. No, he needs huge budget, which the board won't offer. Thank you, Sunny Sharma, and thank you for always commenting on my videos. I really love that. I really do appreciate. Yeah, I understand. I've been talking about that, and I'm like, look, if we want a good manager, we must have a good budget. Do we have a good budget? No, we have never had a good budget. You know, there are times when we have, you know, when we want to spend and we don't spend, and like, you know, there are times when we don't want to spend, and the truth is we don't even spend. So the budget Allegri wants, we might not be able to give him. I don't see him as joining us. No, the offer is just an attractive one for the fans. Who are our targets this January? Look, January transfer window, we have so many targets, especially in the midfield. We have been linked to so many, players, man like Dominik Szoboszlai. And for Szoboszlai, by the way, it should be the 15th, starting with the 15th of December. That is when, you know, his transfer is going to blow up. Today is the 12th. Today is 12th. No, today is 8th, not 12th. So starting with the 15th, that is when his transfer is going to blow up. So I really I'm really expectant of what's going to come out of the negotiations and so on. So we are linked with Szoboszlai. Another big target, I think, is Eriksen. We're so much linked with Christian Eriksen, probably because it's cheap. You know, he's a cheaper option. Isco is another target. Philippe Coutinho is also coming back as a target, although I don't think Arsenal will go for him, and I don't think Barcelona is going to be entertaining any offers for Philippe Coutinho before the summer. So there's so many offers. There's so many offers for players there. One suggestion: don't use clickbait titles. Apart from that, you're superb. Thank you so much, Sunny Sharma. What do you mean clickbait titles? Let me just see how I titled this. Allegri to Arsenal. Allegri contacted for Arsenal job. Okay. I think that's quite fair enough. Please, is Arteta sacked? This is Augustine. In a few. I think if Arsenal is serious, guys should be out by now. But because we are not yet serious, maybe when we get serious in the next 2-3 games, I don't see Arteta still living at Arsenal. 2-3 games, I know the board want him. I know they would want to keep him around, but they'll realize that 15th, 17th is not where Arsenal belongs, and they'll sack him. Bro, manager is not a problem. The club need to buy top players. Thank you so much, Fin11. Don't sack Arteta, hire Howe or Pochettino and make Arteta the assistant coach like what he did at City. Probably that would work. For Pogba is deadwood too. I don't believe Pogba is deadwood. I don't believe Pogba is deadwood. I still believe he has a chance to come back, to the football scene, to the football scene. I don't know what you guys think, but I don't think Pogba is deadwood. I believe. Look at the goal he scored over the weekend. He's not deadwood. Maybe something is eating up his career, but I don't think he's already deadwood. Hello, my bro Kosik. I'm Kasim from Kenya. I really love you guys. Thank you so much, Kasim Amwande. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you so much for the love. Smash the like button if you're watching live. Give me a subscription on the channel and do all the best practices. You can join the channel as a member. Massively appreciated. You'll be accessing the members packs, and you'll be the first person to know whenever the channel uploads more content. And of course, if you do me a super chat, your messages will come colored. That is, one feature I really love about YouTube. Are you not proud that Arsenal won in the last 4 games versus Liverpool 3 times and lost once, and they won the FA Cup and the Community Shield? Look, hey man, I appreciate and I am proud as an Arsenal fan for any kind of win that comes at the club. For any club of kind of achievement, I am happy. I am happy for any kind of achievement we get at the club. But that doesn't mean, Arsene Wenger won trophies. He won trophies at Arsenal. He won the FA Cup, all the times he wanted. He won he won us the Premier League 3 times. We should be with with Arsene Wenger. But we felt at it, we reached a time when we were like, man is not taking us anywhere. Man that has dead tactics. He's predictable. He had become so predictable, and we're like, let him go. So I'm proud of what Mikel Arteta has done. I'm proud of the wins. I'm proud he beat City, Chelsea, Liverpool. Nobody expected us to do that, but it's time up. I mean, we can't see ourselves in 15th every weekend. We can't. A lot of players need to leave the club. You can't top 4 with 50% of the players in the club. Premier League is known for sluggish players. Thank you so much, Augustine. It's a brilliant comment. We were talking about this yesterday with Glenn on this channel. Make sure you can check out that. And we were saying that, look, Arsenal has a problem as the manager. But the biggest problem we have, even before you talk about the board, before you talk about anything, is the men who play on the pitch. It's so average. We have players that can't take a throw. We have players that cannot, make accurate passes. We have players that can never shoot outside the box. We have players that have one of the worst body languages. We have players that cannot do anything on the ball. We have players that cannot do their simple defending, basic defending. They can't, those average kind of players. And I was talking about this yesterday. Thank you so much for bringing it. It's a brilliant comment. Haruna says, Arteta is not a problem. Bro, striking line is a problem. Now, look, everything at Arsenal is a problem. I'm telling you this, including midfield, striking, defending. We have we have the goalkeeping department. We have a crisis everywhere. We have a crisis, but there are some things that we have to look at and like, who's selecting Hector Bellerin? Who's selecting Hector Bellerin? It's the manager. He knows he's not good enough. He keeps selecting him. Then how do you expect us as fans to come and say, Mikel Arteta should stay at this club, however much we are not doing well so much? I mean, bring in Cedric, bring in Ainsley, let them not work, and stick with Bellerin. Everybody's going to be like, we gave Cedric a chance, he never worked. We gave Ainsley a chance, he never worked. But this kind of crap, he plays Bellerin. Like in the midfield, I don't blame Mikel Arteta. I'm telling you this by fact. I don't blame Mikel Arteta for playing Xhaka and Ceballos. That is what he has. If he was benching Partey, I'd be like, he's benching Partey and he's playing Ceballos and Xhaka, Mikel Arteta out. But in the midfield, he doesn't have options. But I'm asking myself, who is the man who said, I'm leaving out Mesut Ozil for footballing reasons? It was him, same old guy, who said, I'm leaving out Mesut Ozil. These are footballing reasons. I mean, he should be out of the club for footballing reasons. And you're not performing. So we have to get onto you and you're like, guy, if you said you're leaving this guy out for footballing reasons, you've got to perform. You're not taking us 15th with our best creative player, out of the squad. No. I know it's not his problem, but he has already made it look like it is, it was his decision. How do you rate the Leeds manager, Bielsa? Bielsa is a good manager. Everybody knows that. One of the best managers, in the league right now. Look at the way Leeds attack. Look at the way they press when they don't have the ball. He is just a brilliant manager. If I don't want to say this, but if we could bring him at Arsenal, maybe because the players he has at Leeds, and this is one of the things you guys should stop saying, Mikel Arteta so on. Look at the Leeds, look at the players Leeds have, and look at the kind of football they are playing. That is courtesy of their manager. Look at the crisis Liverpool have, and look at how they are playing. It's quite, it's courtesy of their manager. So it's clearly evident that even the manager in the managerial position at Arsenal is a big problem. But Marcelo Bielsa is a good manager. I don't know why he's not winning Champions League and trophies like that, but he's a good manager. I don't know where he's going to go after Leeds, because I know he has to go. I don't know whether Leeds can even let him go, but if we could pick up some, a manager like that, I mean, who wouldn't want, Bielsa? It's the same thing with Brendan. Look, Brendan is not a winner. I mean, I don't know whether he's not a winner or not ready for, to win or something, but I'll bring in Brendan Rodgers. At Arsenal. I'm telling you this by fact. I'll bring in Brendan Rodgers at Arsenal. Right now, if I look at this, the squad he has at Leicester City, does he have a 70 million player? Does he? He doesn't. Does he? He has a Wilfred Ndidi. He has a Ricardo Tielemans, Madison. Barnes, Vazi, Fofana, who else? Look, Rodgers is doing a great job there at Leicester City, and yes, he has quality players, but they're not so much of expensive players. So we have options. We have options for a manager. Rodgers is there. I had even forgotten about him, but Brendan Rodgers is there. He's there, available. You tell him that, man, come to us, no? We are going to give you a better deal than Leicester City. We are going to give you better resources than Leicester City. Man is going to come. He's going to come at the club. It's not a manager problem. We have players which are below average. It's true. I do not disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. We have so many players below average. And we are singing this as Arsenal fans, day in, day out. We are singing it. Players are below average. Players are below average. Players are below average. Granit Xhaka, not good enough. Seriously, not good enough. Elneny, not good enough for Arsenal. At least for Arsenal. Ceballos, not good enough for Arsenal. Now that's a complete midfield of clown players. Heki Bellerin, not good enough. Cedric, not good enough. Ainsley, not good enough. How many players do we have? And you feel like, these are players that are supposed to be playing for Arsenal. I'm going to name them. They are not more than 5. Don't be excited. They're not more than 5. Aubameyang is one of them. I think he's a national quality. He's a national quality. He will, walk straight into any Premier League club. If he's on fire, he's going to walk straight into any Premier League side. Kian Tierney is quality. Yeah, Tierney is quality. Tierney, apart from there are a few clubs who have better left backs. Like you look at Tierney and Robertson at Liverpool, and you're like, okay, probably it's not going to outsit Robertson. Tierney and Chilwell, both of them are could be on the same level. But Kian Tierney is one of the best right backs in the league. Those are 2 options. Those are 2 quality players. 3, Gabriel Magalhaes, the best defender in the league right now. I mean, Virgil van Dijk is out injured. The best defender we have in the league right now. No comments about him. 4, Thomas Partey. Partey is brilliant. Partey is brilliant. He has the quality, energy. I mean, he has all the attributes to play for Arsenal. Those are 4 players. I'm so sure that they should be playing at Arsenal. 5, maybe I should say Leno. I mean, I'm not really sure even if I'm going to be, if we had the same debate, Martinez or Leno right now, I'm not even sure if I'm going to choose Leno. I was a Leno man. I mean, when Martinez was leaving, I was like, okay, let Martinez go. Let us remain with Leno because he was a hero last season. But this season, I don't know what's happening to the man. I just don't know. At times, because leave alone the Spurs game, I don't think, he was to blame for anything that happened, out there. But there are times when I like, how did you concede that, Leno? You're one of the best. How did you concede that? Anyway, guys, look. Average players at Arsenal. I mean, but some of the players are not even average. I'm telling you this. Some of the players are not average. Some players are clearly deadwood. Like clearly deadwood. You get me? Clear deadwood. Socrates is deadwood. Kolasinac is deadwood. Bellerin is deadwood. I'm still coming. There's so many. I'm just talking about the defense now. Deadwood players at Arsenal. And any manager is not going to stand them. Right? Chambers is deadwood. Don't say anything, in contention to that. Chambers is deadwood. So you can see almost literally everything in that defense is deadwood. Luiz is not deadwood, but last season he was deadwood. I mean, man caused 5 penalties in at Arsenal, and I was like, what is going on? What the hell is just going on at this club? So I think we have more deadwood players than players that we need to have at the club. I told you when we were beginning the season, I was on my stream. Did I stream? I was streaming. And I said, compare Arsenal to Everton or Southampton and see. And look at the quality. Compare. And those who did the comparison with me, you still remember. need the top player in not need the top players in Arsenal, but the money. We need the top players in Arsenal, but the money. We don't have the money to bring in the top players, though. Remove Xhaka and Bellerin. We will do well automatically. Never seen a right back not able to take a throw in. Thank you so much, Shama. Thank you so much, Shama. I mean, in the whole league, he is the only player who can take a throw. Not even a right back. The only player in the league who can take a throw. Imagine you're busting around on the streets, you're an Arsenal fan, and man throws a comment on you and like, you guys have a right back who cannot take a throw. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. You're moving on the street and, a Tottenham fan, not even a Tottenham fan, Brighton fan tells you, man, your right back can't take a throw. How do you go around that? How do you go around that? And this is happening every day at Arsenal. Every day. Look, Bellerin has had 7 bad throws in 11 games. 7 bad throws in 11 games. This is getting to its worst. Subscribe to the channel, smash the like button. If you want to join me live, I put it's time for you guys to call in. If you want to call in, link is in the commentary section. You can call in with your opinions and views now. I still think that Arteta is the best team. That Arsenal is the best team in all Premier League, and I am a Liverpool fan because they are the only team that won the Premier League with no lose. Look, the history is there, amen, and massively appreciated for you guys. There are not so many other fans that are going to come, and not bully Arsenal fans or bully other fans on their channel. So thank you so much for really understanding football. Look, I understand we have the records are there, the history is there. We are a great club. We cannot be less than a great club. I mean, we're a great club. We have 13 league titles. Only 2 clubs have won more. Liverpool and Manchester United. That's by fact. That is by fact. We are third. I think we are the 3rd biggest club in UK. We are the 3rd biggest club in UK. Nobody says no to that. But look, this is not about history, amen. I know as an Arsenal fan, I want to pride in the history. I want to find some sort of compassion and company in the history that Arsenal has achieved this in the past these years and so on. If we had won the Champions League, then probably it would have even been a different story. But we didn't win the Champions League, and we are one of the best teams in the Premier League. That is not going to change. But how can we be one of the best teams if we are not showing it? The signing of players doesn't show it. I mean, the signing of players doesn't show that we're a big club. Does it? It doesn't. I mean, that's the recruitment process. The way players play on the pitch, it doesn't show that we're a big club. The position on the table doesn't show that Arsenal is a big club. How do we then say we're a big club anymore? I mean, everybody laughs at Arsenal. Everybody laughs at Arsenal. Every fan out there is laughing at Arsenal. Arsenal is done. Arsenal is doomed. Arsenal this. When will Martinelli be fully recovered? He's fully training now. He's training, and I think it's going to be January when we can see him. It's going to be January when we can see him. Everybody can't wait to see him. Everybody just can't wait to see him. I just miss Gabriel Martinelli. I miss that kind of player who can do things. Guys, these are kind of players that we need at Arsenal. The boy, he's just the boy, and he's already missed at the club. But Granit Xhaka, nobody misses Granit Xhaka. And I'm telling you, if Aubameyang got injured today, right now, nobody's gonna miss Aubameyang. Right now, I mean, what should I miss about him? He has scored 2 goals in the last 11 games. Man is not doing anything to show that he wants to score. He's not even angry. We need such kind of player. That is the link. You can use it. It's a StreamYard link. You can call in with your audio, with your, cameras, and give me opinions. What would you do if you get relegated? This is Jan Jallo. I know this is interesting, but look, what would I do if we got relegated? I think I need a Spurs fan to, to tell me what I should do if we get relegated. What would I do if Arsenal got relegated? I don't know. I don't know. Is Arsenal going to get relegated? Look, we are relegation threatened. But what would I do if we got relegated? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. But guys, tell me what what would you do if Arsenal got relegated? Only the Arsenal fans. I know there are so many people who are not Arsenal fans and they love the channel, they love the content, massively appreciated, but don't comment about this. I want Arsenal fans to tell me what they would do if our damn club got relegated and we were going to play in the championship next season. What would you do, guys? Let us do that for the last part of Should I do a stream about Arsenal getting relegated? I think it would be too early and too hurting. I don't think I would sustain that stream. Jallo, I just can't answer what I would do if Arsenal got relegated. I would cry. I don't know if I would cry because by the time you get relegated, it is 4-5 games. It would, but it's even hurting that I'm talking about relegation as an Arsenal fan. Relegation after 11 games, season has already started. Season has already gone, and I'm talking about relegation. Damn it! Who's the most player in the world you like? This amen. The player I like the most is Messi. I have liked him since I saw him as a kid. Really like Messi. The history is what you keep and you put more on it, not in this way we are. Thank you so much, Omar. Thank you so much. I just love this guy. His comments are just on point. And I don't know whether he resonates with me, but I just feel like he resonates with me. We keep the history. It's true. We keep the history. We add on it. But are we adding anything to our history? Are we adding anything to the mighty name of Arsenal? If Thierry Henry is watching Arsenal play, how do they feel? And I just imagine how Thierry Henry feels, Beckham, how they feel when Arsenal is playing the way we are playing. I just imagine. Like we have invisibles that were playing football at the club. But we go for someone who retired 3 years ago and has been, managing with Pep Guardiola to be our manager. I just imagine. I know some of them are crying. Like if I was a Dennis Bergkamp, or if I was, a Dennis Bergkamp, and I'm looking at how Arsenal is playing, I'll be crying. I love Arsenal, but what players are playing now, I don't understand. Our coach is a very good man, but the players are not the cause. We are quite lucky, and I'm telling you this, we are quite lucky that in the January transfer window, it could be that we are going to see Mikel Arteta get his men. He might be getting his men back. He's going to sign his own men. Probably he's going to have Partey in the squad. He has Gabriel, and he's going to sign his men. And I want to see what he's going to do with his men, because this is what all of us are saying. Players are not his men. These are not his players, and so on. So let us wait and see. Let us wait and see. I don't believe in Mikel Arteta anymore. I just don't believe in Mikel Arteta anymore. I just don't. I don't find any reason as to why I should believe in him. I'm not calling him names. He's not a fraud. He's not a clown. He's not, that kind of thing. He's not it. But I don't believe him anymore. I just believe he's not the right man for the job. Trust me. 51 people watching. How many likes do we have? We have 13 likes. That is still so small. Get me more likes, guys. Get me more likes. Get me more likes. Get me more likes on the stream. To be massively appreciated. That's one of the strongest things you would require on YouTube. Just getting more likes there. And I'm not sure a better manager could do better with the likes of Bellerin, Jack, and Holding and Laka. No, it's true, man. It's true. I understand what you guys are talking about. I do understand absolutely. Like, you brought in man like Pochettino and is managing man like Granit Xhaka, man like Bellerin. Bellerin is not a bowler. Bellerin is not a footballer. He's just none. Rob Holding, developing every day. You know, when Rob Holding had just come at Arsenal, I think it was from Bolton. He was coming from Bolton at around 1.5 million. I was like, what's this boy going to do? But he impressed me. I'm telling you this. He impressed me. And when we were, saying he should be going out on loan, I was quite, skeptical. I was like, probably he needs a chance to stay at the club and prove himself. Maybe he needs a chance to prove himself at the club, but I'm disappointed. I'm telling you this, I'm really, really quite disappointed in him. The way he was defending against Son, one of the, you're defending one of the top scorers in the league, and you're like, cutting. You're like, you're bending for the guy to shoot. And he shoots. Let us not sell this player, Bellerin, Saka, Laka, Torreira, Willian, Holding, Mustafi, Chambers, Nelson, Willock. I mean, you're talking about the whole squad, right? Willock, Gendozi, Kolasinac, Socrates, and Arteta, then bringing new people. We are tired. I just want to read this comment again. I'm not going to comment about it because I've been talking about it, but I'm just going to read it for emphasis, right? Just for purposes of emphasis. Let Arsenal sell these players. Bellerin, I know he means Granit Xhaka when he says Saka. Bellerin, Xhaka, Laka, Torreira, Willian, Holding, Mustafi, Chambers, Nelson, Willock, Genduzi, Kolasinac, Socrates, and Arteta. I'm not adding anything. Thank you so much, Gibbs. I'm not adding anything to his comment. What would be your realistic best 11? What would your realistic 11 be? Realistic best 11 at Arsenal right now. I'm playing a 4-2-3-1. Yeah, I'm playing a 4-2-3-1, and I'll go for. Let me first pick this one. Let me first pick. I don't know what. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, my fellow Guna?
Fine.
Yeah, man.
So, is there any news Arteta sacking?
Today I just woke up and Allegri news is all over the place. Interested.
Yeah, I have seen one source in Twitter, IndyCar, they have said Massimiliano Allegri's agent have contacted Arsenal and gave 500 pages for how to rebuild Arsenal.
But would you love Allegri to come at the club and maybe as manager?
Personally, the thing is he's the same type of coach like Arteta, the tactics means he's more of a defensive coach, because I have seen he's playing UA, so he plays 3 at the back. Then after years and years only he changed with 4 because he had that trust with players. So if he comes, I am not sure if first he will put 3 at the back at the players, then he will continue to make it 4 at the back.
Yeah. Who would you want as manager? I mean, for me, I really love Diego Simeone, and if we had a chance to bring in Simeone, I'd be one of the happiest.
Simeone. Me also too, Simeone.
You love to see Simeone.
Yes, but the thing is, I don't know whether this Arsenal will pay that clause of his. It's 40 million, I think.
Yeah. It's hard for Arsenal to go for Simeone. I'm just saying, it's hard for Arsenal to go for Simeone.
Yeah, I don't think they will pay, because every time, when we are trying to get a new experienced manager Caron, they will look for a cheap option.
Yeah. And trust me, there is no cheap option that's in that is quality. There isn't.
Now, another thing is like if they sack Arteta now, but I don't think who will come. They will appoint another manager like Patrick Vieira, who just got sacked from Nice, or Thierry Henry, who is now in DC United.
Yeah, man. Yeah, actually, I thought about that, and it's like, if you're going to go for someone, man like Patrick Vieira or man like Thierry Henry, I would rather stay with Mikel Arteta then.
Same. Then what's the use of bringing another manager who is not that much experienced?
Yeah, man. It was a mistake in the first place. I've already said this. It was a mistake in the first place to appoint Mikel Arteta. It was a mistake.
Yeah. It's like they should have put him in an interim manager, like Di Matteo from Chelsea when they won the Champions League. Like he just had 6 months, and Chelsea sacked him even after winning the Champions League.
Yeah. And that's what I've been telling people in the stream. They have been asking me that Mikel Arteta won the FA Cup and
even Di Matteo won the Champions League and he got sacked.
Exactly. Di Matteo won the Champions League. Should be at Chelsea by now, but he wasn't good enough. This is what I'm trying to tell people. Arteta is just not good enough.
Yes. Now I'm thinking like if Allegri, if they are not going for him, I don't think Nagelsmann will come here because he is already building a project at Leipzig. So I'm not sure whether he will come here. Then if you're looking at realistic, I think so from Borussia Mönchengladbach, Marco Rose, he's brilliant coach.
Nagelsmann would be a good coach, but I know he wants to go somewhere where it's going to be quite bigger than Leipzig, probably Real Madrid or something. He wants to establish his name right now because he cannot win things with Leipzig, but he knows if he goes to a club like Real Madrid, probably is going to establish and write a name big, a big name there. So I don't see him come to us. We can't give him that fame he wants right, on this football scene.
And he needs like many upcoming youth talents which we have, but they are not using it properly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's true.
There are many talents like we can use him very, very good, like Reece Nelson, Joe Willock, Emil Smith Rowe. Many talents are there. We can use properly.
Yeah. Look, one of the problems we have is players, the quality and so on. Which kind of players are looking at in the January transfer window? Which kind of players would you want? In the first question, how many players do you want us to sign the January transfer window? Probably for a change.
To sell?
Yeah.
Okay. To sell, like I will sell the half of the squad. I'm not joking. I have to sell the half of the squad. Like 5 of the players' contract is expiring next summer. Socrates, Ozil, Mustafi, then Dani Ceballos. Yeah, many of them. But we won't get the money.
Who would you bring in? Probably like
First I need a right back. If they are not playing Ainsley Maitland-Niles and if they are keeping Bellerin, sell him, bin him, and bring one right back.
Okay.
And put Ainsley Maitland-Niles. He's more of a midfield player. Put him in the center midfield along with Thomas Partey. Then second I will bring is like we need a new striker, to be honest, because like Aubameyang, I don't know what is happening to him. He's out of form. I think so. Like this is over for him. I'm not writing him now, but if he continues in this form, I don't know whether he will even score 5 goals in a year.
Yeah.
Then so second of all, tell.
You bring in a new striker. Who are you going for? Pat Sandaka, Otton Edward. Are you going for kind of thing like Christian Benteke? Who are you going for?
Yeah, Edward from Celtic. He's everyone is saying he's a horse prospect. I think he is a good choice. Then we need attacking midfielder at January. I think Dominik Szoboszlai. I'm not sure whether he will come here because due to our table, I don't know whether he can come. He will risk from Salzburg to come here. He will rather will join Leipzig, but I'm not sure whether maybe he will join here.
Yeah, the Szoboszlai deal is so tricky. There are so many big clubs interested, including Bayern.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Now
But
that's then I'm hearing this Eriksen news. Personally, I don't want him because like I know he's good in he's already Premier League proven, but I am not sure like whether he will come here and he will do like that. He's same like lazy. He's not mobile enough.
you know, Eriksen is already old. I always said this before. If you brought in Willian and then you want to bring in Eriksen, what's the difference? I mean, we are going back to the same situation. Anyway, what I really love it when I interact with fellow Gunners on this channel. So get the like button smashed, smash the like button. I'm with one fellow Gunner, and I'm going to ask him one question. Like, I'm going to tell him, do you think Arteta is the problem at Arsenal, or you think if we had Arteta get his players in January, like if we signed him 5 players, do you see him overturn the season, his own season, and you're like, he overturns the results?
I personally do think I will give him like one more transfer window, because like how Unai Emre, he got like 2 to 3 transfer windows, I think. Like that, I will give Arteta one more transfer window, and I will see whether he will improve or not, or else like just sack him. There's no use.
Okay, so I'm going to transfer this question to you because I failed to answer it. What would you do if we got relegated? I mean, it's like a joke, but it is true. We are in the relegation battle.
Yes.
What would you do if we got relegated?
I think like how Roy Keane says, I think Arsenal have enough to stay up at the Premier League. How Roy Keane said.
Yeah. But anyway, on a serious note, do you think, I know we are relegation threatened by now, but do you think we can be relegated? Do you think Arsenal is going to get relegated?
I think we will somehow escape. I'm not saying this relegation thing. I know some people may be little overreactionary, but I think like we will finish like in 14th, 13th. I'm sure like we won't finish in the top 10. I'm not sure until we buy a creative midfield. But there's no relegation. I don't think relegation. I know these people are overreactionary. I can understand, but I think I'm sure like because that team is better than the top, the bottom 10 of the table.
Yeah.
So like I think they will stay. But the thing is, I'm not sure whether they will reach top 10.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but let us wait and see. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Okay, thank you. Please do smash the like button. That has been Binu there talking to Goss's Arsenal podcast, and of course you have heard his views, what he would do if we got relegated. Just a couple of more comments. Omar says our fans forgot how many players did Arteta bring in the squad, and some fans are saying he needs to have his players. Where are you from? This is Ayman. I'm from East Africa. I want Pablo Mari in defense along with Gabriel and Luis. Tiani need to be shifted to the left wing back. Moreover, Willian can be shifted to central role rather than winger. That is a Prabhu. Banigo says if something is not done now, Arsenal will be relegated. Some players need to sit on the bench, while management should just buy new players and sell at least 8 players from the club. Yusuf Sulaiman, big up. Allegri will not come to Arsenal because we will prefer starting the season and buying at least 40% new players. Omar says he has to go because he's not improving. He can't manage a man. How can he manage a club like Arsenal with no experience? Daniel Da Costa says Arteta being manager with no experience is like your friend drive. It's like letting your friend drive your Bentley without having driving lessons. I mean, what an example. Did it replace Xhaka, Isco in Ruben Neves? That is Daniel. What Arsenal needs now is a good number 10, 7, and 9. That is Arti, big up. Haikosi Kroenke have to sell Arsenal for Aliko Dandogote because he's our fan. Big up. Augustine says Allegri will prefer to start a season than taking over a destroyed team. And he will want to do away with most of those sluggish players. Both the board will not want an Arsenal manager that will make them spend. Imagine Spurs win the league and we went down. I mean, it's what's really happening right now. Now, guys, big up. It has been such an interesting stream. We've streamed for 1 hour and 2 minutes. I thought it was even going to be less, but I appreciate and I do think this is the best channel in the world. Like, I just think it's the best channel in the world where we guys interact, read your comments, get your opinions coming in. You can phone in whenever you want. I mean, who does that? Where do you find that? It's always on the Arsenal podcast, because it's Arsenal podcast. Like I say, you can call me in and tell me your opinions. You can, it's all about hearing your voices. The voices matter to me. I want to hear you guys out. What are you saying about the situation at the club? And I want to read all your comments as much as I can. That's why I stream for 1 hour, taking your comments and taking in your opinions. I'll speak to you soon. I think it will be the daily transfer update coming on. This has been the Arsenal daily news. So I'll be coming with the daily Arsenal transfer. I don't know what that show is going to be like, because yesterday it was so massive. We had so many rumors around. I even don't know how many rumors are flying around today. So many, but how many of them are legit? That is when I'm going to be coming back and we grind that. I'll speak to you shortly, but before I do that, make sure you subscribe. You're 40 watching. Let me have 40 likes right now. Guys, let me just have 40 likes right now as I close the stream. Thank you so much, whoever has hit the like button. The like button is just below your video. You can look here, just below your video as you're watching on YouTube. The like button is the thumbs up. It's always below your video if you're watching on your phone. If you're watching on your computer, it's down below the video again, and you'll see the word like. Massively appreciated. I'm signing out and love you all.